so yesterday in math, we started chapter 12, which is on geometry and parts. And yesterday we learned about two-dimensional figures. Eyes up here, please. Who could tell me what a two-dimensional figure or shape is? Who can tell me what it is? Journey.
It's a flat, plain shape.
Yep, it's a flat, plain shape. You said that perfectly, Journey. So a flat, plain shape. That's what a two-dimensional shape is. Now, we're going to learn a little bit more about the shapes. And we're going to learn about the sides and the angles, because every shape has a side and it has an angle. So our essential question is, how do I use shapes in equal parts? Okay? We're going to watch a video today that talks about sides and angles, and it's our little robo friend. So please be watching, learning. It's about 5 minutes long, okay? It's a great video. And I'm just going to make sure my sound is on. Here we go.
What is he?
Hey kids, welcome to Shape Practice. Today we are going to learn about
I'm just going to make him a little bit louder. He's so quiet today.
shapes. Let's take a look at some of these shapes. You may recognize some of these shapes, but others you may not know. Each shape has attributes that set them apart from other shapes. Learning these can help us know which shape is which. So let's take a closer look. Here we have a triangle. But what makes this shape a triangle? For a shape to be a triangle, it must have 3 sides and 3 angles. This shape has 1, 2, 3 sides. Okay, it has 3 sides, but does it have 3 angles? Well, the angle is where 2 straight sides join together. Sometimes the angles are called corners. We can see that this triangle has 1, 2, 3 angles. So this shape is a triangle because it has 3 sides and 3 angles. Now how about this shape? It looks a lot like the other shape, but it's more squished. Is this still a triangle?
What do you guys think? Yes.
Well, let's count the sides and angles and see what it is. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3 sides, and 1, 2, 3 angles. 3 sides and 3 angles. That means that it is a triangle. Great job, guys. Okay, let's look at some more shapes. Now we're going to look at quadrilaterals. A quadrilateral is any shape that has 4 sides and 4 angles. Many shapes can fit the attributes of a quadrilateral. Here are a couple quadrilaterals. Let's learn the names of these shapes. The first shape is called a square. The next shape is called a rectangle. What is this next shape?
Square.
Great job, this is a square just like the other one. What is this last shape called?
What's that, guys? Rectangle.
You
Good
got
job.
it, this is another rectangle. All of these shapes are quadrilaterals because they have 4 sides and 4 angles. Wow, these shapes have a lot of sides and angles. Let's count how many sides are on this shape. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many angles do you see?
How many angles? 5. Who remembers what the shape is called with 5 sides and 5 angles? Wyatt? Pentagon. Good job.
5. It has 5 angles. A shape that has 5 sides and 5 angles is called a pentagon. There are so many different shapes that can make a pentagon. It's really awesome, guys. Go home and draw some. Now let's look at this shape here. It's another shape with a lot of sides and angles. How many sides and angles can you see?
How many sides do you see? 6. How many angles?
6.
Good job.
I think Peter's
It's being being very slow.
Let's count
There we
them.
go. Here it goes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 angles. Wow, that's a lot. A shape with 6 sides and 6 angles is called a hexagon. You can draw all of these shapes by counting sides and angles. Great job again, you guys are awesome. But how are we going to remember all these shape names? We've learned so many. Let's make a list to help us remember everything we've learned. Here we have a triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon, and a hexagon. Tri means 3. That's why a triangle has 3 sides and 3 angles. The word quad means 4. That's why a quadrilateral has 4 sides and 4 angles. Pent means 5, which is why a pentagon has 5 sides and 5 angles. And hex means 6, so it has 6 sides and 6 angles. Phew, that's a lot to remember. Thanks for learning shapes with me today, guys. It's been awesome. We'll see you next time.
Okay, now Mrs. Murphy's gonna draw something on the board here, and I want you to tell me if this is a triangle.
No.
How come?
Big. Yes.
How come? Riley.
Because it's not. Yes.
It's what? Say it a little bit louder, hun.
It's not all the way.
Yeah, it's not all the way up. So in order to have a shape or a polygon, we call them polygons sometimes, is another name, it has to be closed. It has 3 sides, 1, 2, 3, but the problem is it doesn't have 3 corners or angles. This only has 1 angle, 2 angles. And did you guys see how Mrs. Murphy made those little like loopy?
Yeah, it's kind of like a basketball court.
It's kind of like a curved line. So, or half of a circle. So when we show angles today, and we count angles, that is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put those little like curves inside so that we make sure we count all the angles. So that is the rule, is that it has to be closed and it has to have angles. Now, I have one more question here. Look at this shape.
Yeah.
What shape is that, Ingrid?
A circle.
A circle. Now, the circle
A 0 corner.
has 0 corners, no points. It has no angles. So this shape is a shape, but we don't call it a polygon because it doesn't have really any sides. It has 1 curved side. The side curves, right?
Yes.
And when we're talking about shapes and polygons, our sides have to be straight. Okay? So right now, I want you to take your one hand. Just do your hand. Okay? And we're going to take our other hand. Now, we're going to join them at the palms or your wrists. And we're going to pretend that these are 2 sides. Okay? Now, an angle can be tiny. Can you guys make your angles tiny? And you'll learn next year there's a name for that. It's called an acute angle. It's a tiny angle. It's acute. You don't need to worry about that in 2nd grade. Now, make your angle go bigger and wider. And do you guys see how the space in the air between your hands or your sides gets bigger? So angles can be small and they can be big. And there's different names for them, and you'll learn them next year in 3rd grade, okay? So, an angle is just the space or the air between 2 sides, okay? 2 sides. All right, so, it has to be closed. The lines have to be straight. And there's one more rule. We haven't learned about that. Shapes of faces. Guess what? We'll learn about that in a couple days. Just do your best, okay? There's one more rule. I'm gonna make a shape here. Oops, that's not.
That
That
was a timer. That was a timer. No. That makes
Is that
the fine
a shape?
No.
Lila, no more. Okay.
Well,
You're making a mess. Please don't do that.
could.
There's another problem here. The lines have to be straight. They can't curve like a circle. They have to close and they cannot cross. Because if they cross, then it's not a shape or a polygon. Okay, when you guys look at that, most of you said, that looks like a timer. You're right. I just drew that to show you that. We cannot have lines that cross. So no crossing. Okay, no crossing. All right. I think we're ready for this lesson. So I'm going to have Lily pass these out really quickly. Once you get yours, how about Lily and Journey? Can you both do this really quickly? Can you get the girls and Journey will get the boys? At the very, very, very end you can, okay? Okay, when you get your paper from Journey or from Lily, put your name at the top. Okay, put your name at the top right away, and we're going to practice looking at shapes with sides and angles. And I'm going to change the directions from the bottom a little bit. Did Journey miss any boys? Would you give one to maybe,
Living?
is any girls missing one? Oh, Journey, you need one.
You should have got him first.
That's all right.
And one for John.
John already has one. Okay, does everybody have one? Because John has one already. Thank you for thinking of him though. But everybody has one?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, name at the top. Nice and neat. Now, we're going to draw some shapes up here, kind of like we did yesterday. The first shape that I want you to draw is a triangle. So that one should be pretty easy. So up here above this first area on the left, let's draw a triangle. And I'm going to write the name. You don't have to, but you can if you want to. Okay. Now, on triangle, the first question is how many sides does it have? So remember, the sides are the straight lines. So Lila, in a triangle, how many sides does it have?
3.
3. Good job. 1, 2, 3. So right here, we're going to put 3 sides. Now, my question is how many angles? So remember, an angle is where 2 sides meet, and another name would be a corner, and they make a sharp corner. So, what do you think, LES? How many angles? 3. Good job. Can you come up here, Ellie? And I want to see if you can make the little, like, what should we call them? I never had a name for them. What do you think?
A quarter of a circle.
A corner curve, maybe a curve?
Pizza.
No, because we have to do it. No, not pizza, because you have to do it for all of them. So let's just call them curves. Can you make little curves in where the corners are? Good job. Perfect. She did it. So we'll call them curves. So there are 3 angles. There's 3 corners. Okay. And I want you to draw these angles or these curves. If you do not draw them, I'm going to hand your paper back to you. And all you have to do is put the line. You don't have to color in, just put that little curve. Question, Eddie?
On the board, it's sort of like if you look at it like kind of the triangle in 3D, it sort of looks like a basketball court. Yeah. Yeah. Cause like the curve.
I see what you're saying. Okay, let's go on to the next one. The next one, I'm going to do something a little bit more difficult. Let's draw a pentagon. So remember, a pentagon is like, has 5 sides. So we have to make like a house almost. So maybe make your roof kind of like an A, and then go straight down. then go across the bottom for like your floor. Just do it quietly, please. And I'm gonna write pentagon. Now, once you have your pentagon drawn, make sure that you have how many sides? How many sides does your pentagon have? Tyson? 5. Tyson, let's count ours. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, Tyson, come up here. Write 5 sides. And then since you're up here, Tyson, put 5 there. I'm going to have you draw the angles. So can you draw the angles in? Remember how to do that? So find where they meet and draw like a little loop. Find where they meet. Little curve. We're calling them curves. Find where they meet.
Circle.
Good job. And the very top one.
It's just right here.
Good job. So 5 angles. Good job. So just try to kind of curve it. That's okay.
That looks like a J.
Oh. Okay, Miss Murphy will fix it for you. It's okay. Miss Murphy will fix it. Okay, 5 sides, 5 angles.
Hopefully. I should prioritize.
I'd say 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're probably in order right there. Just maybe move Tyson.
Yeah, I'm just gonna highlight them.
Yep. How many do you want as
5 or 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Lily? And I talked to her mom today about it because I had to call her mom about something else about the fun run. So I talked to her mom about that today and promoted it. So hopefully. Okay. All right. So we got our triangle and pentagon. Let's try to draw now a hexagon. So who remembers from yesterday and from our lesson today, what is a hexagon? How many sides and angles? Wyatt? Penta is 5. You got it, you got it. Hexa, what does hexa mean?
5.
Ooh, 5, Penta is 5. Because you remember, do you want some help, Wyatt? Okay, second graders, help them.
6.
Okay, good job, you got it. 6 sides, all right. Good try, Wyatt. You were just hung up there, weren't you? I knew you knew it though.
Good
Okay.
job, Wyatt.
So 6 sides. So how are we gonna draw this? All right. So remember, we're gonna have a top and a bottom that are straight.
That's why don't lean back, they said.
Sometimes we have to learn our lesson, don't we? Wyatt, did you know that Mr. Storbeck used to be a math teacher for high school?
What?
And he loves math. So today I think he was like, yes, I love math. Even though it's 2nd grade math, he loves it. You love math.
No, I don't. I hate math. I love
Okay.
math.
All right.
No.
Wyatt, I still have 7 more days to get you to love math.
I'll say it the last day. Me
too. Okay.
Wyatt, let's pull. Wyatt, let's pull.
All right, here we go.
go.
Now, we're going to make the top come out a little bit, okay? And then the bottom has to meet it.
That's a bad.
And it's not going to be perfect. Hexagons are hard to draw, but just do your best.
Even Mrs. Murphy messed up.
Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's as best as I can do.
Yay, I'm glad I still have my school eraser. Yay.
Okay, so let's have Lila. Will you come up here
Talk about mine.
and write how many sides and angles an hexagon has?
Now Lila's drawing in the angles. Mason, no, thank you. You need to draw in your angles. Remember, the angle is where two lines meet. And so you put that little curve there. Good job. Excellent. Perfect.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, when you have your hexagon drawn and your angles in, and you have your numbers, just like I see Mason does, please go ahead and flip it to the guided practice. Draw in your angles. I need to see the angles. Angles.
I got the angles. I can draw a hexagon.
Hopefully it doesn't rain, right then?
I'm going to use
My angles are the worst.
I really hope it doesn't rain.
I hope Friday we get Friday sometimes then we get to go outside. How about Libby? How about you start looking at me? I'm busy.
Flat tires! Second graders, look at this testing. We're gonna go on to the inside. And on the inside, it says you can describe two-dimensional shapes by the number of sides and angles. So triangle has, now again they want us to fill this in. This should be easy because we just did this on the other side. So a triangle has how many sides and how many angles? They're going to be the same number, Carson.
Yep.
Okay, get off your iPad. 3 sides, 3 angles. Tri means 3. Now, when you look at the quadrilateral, they talked about that on the video today. Quad means how many? Journey? 4. And so we have some different kind of quadrilaterals. We have rectangles and we have squares. They're called quadrilaterals. So Journey says there's 4 sides, 4 angles. Good job, Journey. Pentagon, we just drew that on the front cover. Lea, how many sides and angles does a pentagon have? 5. Perfect. And on the hexagon, how many sides and how many angles, Lily? 6. Good job. And on this circle, Kinsley? 0. Yes, we're going to say it has 0 sides because the sides have to be straight.
Miss Murphy, this is an easy way how to remember it. Just do another circle.
Yeah, just do another circle, right? For the 0. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Okay, now, 0. Down at the bottom. I'll draw some 6 come up here. What we need to do is the first direction says to trace each shape. And then we're going to write how many sides and angles. But Mrs. Murphy's going to have you guys put those curves for the angles. Okay, so I want this person to come up here and do this first shape. What do you think, Lily? Come up here, Lily.
She said mine.
So you trace yours, Lily will trace hers.
Is this a square? No.
What do you guys think this is?
Diamond.
Could be a diamond, it could be a square. It could be either one.
I don't know.
Now, how many sides did you just trace? I hear that too, Mrs. No, thank you. 4 sides. Good job. Now, Lily, once you get done with your 4, put in the angles. Can you put the curves in for the angles? And you can use the same color, you can change it. Good job. And I'm not going to be picky on your angle curves. Good. And how many angles do you have? 4. Excellent. All right. Great job, Lily. Let's go to number 2. Tyson, come on up. That's all right. It happens. Your friends aren't mad. They understand. Can you go change your color though? Thank you. All right, Tyson, trace the shape. And you guys need to trace it too. As you trace, count your sides. It's okay. It's hard. Miss Murphy will help you up here, okay? Tyson, can you tell your friends how many sides you traced?
5.
Are you sure? 1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6.
6.
Except 1 up.
Second graders, as Tyson writes a 6, I want you to think, what is this shape called? What is it, guys?
Hexagon!
Draw in the angles.
Miss Murphy.
Draw the angles.
When Tyson said 5, I said 1 up Tyson.
He was just one off.
Oh,
No.
Wrong time.
Honey, it's the corners. So make sure you find the corner, and the corner. Oop, that one's the big one. It should be more down there. So, and remember this angle should be right there, okay? So Tyson, where two meet, where it's a sharp point, that's where your corner is. 6.
Very good.
All right, great job. All right, now, down below, circle the objects that have 0 sides and 0 angles. So what shape would that be? Let's see if this person can come circle it. Carson, I'm going to call somebody else because you're not ready. You don't have your mask on, you don't have your shoes on. How about Brooklyn? 0 sides, 0 angles. What objects down here? A door, a button, and a CD. You guys probably don't know what DVDs or CDs are.
Is
You
there
do?
2?
Good.
Is there 2?
Good.
There's 2.
Pretty soon you guys we won't even have those.
You know, pretty soon we'll just have, in like
Good job,
2036, it'll be like,
Yeah. Good job, Brooklyn.
Yeah, robots will be far.
yeah.
Just the circle button and the circles DVD or CD.
X off the elevator.
Is that an elevator?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. It kind of looks like a door on mine.
Well, it technically is a door.
It's only just an elevator.
I had a door. Okay. Listen to directions. Okay, listen. All right, now we are gonna cross X off the back where we have the brain builders and the problem solving. You can X it off, or if you want to do it later, you can do it later. We're not going to do it. We're going to skip it because we want to get to our number scrolls, okay? Now, I want you to put your pencils down and go back to the independent practice page. Because yesterday, when I was grading these, this is how many people didn't have perfects. And I was sad because I thought it was pretty easy. And I think it was because some of you didn't follow directions because you didn't listen to Mrs. Murphy. So I want everyone to listen because I want to see if everyone can get a perfect today. Okay, pencils down, eyes up here. Okay, when I say go, you'll pick up your pencil and you're going to work on this page. You must trace each shape. Then you need to write how many sides and angles. So count the sides. Listen to the angles. I want you to put in the curves. Okay, if you don't put in the curves, I will send the paper back to you to finish it, okay? Because I want you to understand that the angles are where 2 lines meet, the corners. So make sure you put in your angles with the curves, okay? So on 4, 5, and 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, you're gonna do that. It should be easy. Now down at the bottom, this should also be easy. Circle the objects that match the description. 3 sides, 3 angles. Well, Carson. 4 sides, 4 angles. Okay? Now, don't pick up your pencils yet. When you get done with that, and you double check to make sure you have it all done, you're going to hand it into math. If your paper is over there, and these are the people that's going to be over there, Raylan, Corla, Mason, Libby, Lewis, Hayden, Aria, Tyson, Briley, Charlotte, Ingrid, Lily. You guys did something wrong and I circled it and you need to fix it and hand it in. Okay, if you don't know what to fix, I'm going to sit at my desk for a few minutes. Come up to my desk and I'll help you. Okay? If I didn't call your name, you're good. You had a perfect paper yesterday, front, back, and every page. So then I'm going to get out the number scrolls and give me a minute. to do that, okay? You can quietly work on your number scrolls. When everybody's done with their paper, I'll move this to 1 or 2 and we can work with friends. Okay, raise your hand if you need to get your number scroll to 1,000. Okay, so see my friends. No, I think you have yours to 1,000. Who, raise your hand if you have to get yours to 1,000 yet. Okay, so these friends, if your hand is up, you're gonna work at your desk because I want you to get to 1,000. If your hand is not up, you can work around the room with a friend because you have already made it to 1,000. And I'm not worried about you, okay? Okay, once everybody gets there, I'll move this to a 1 or 2, but let's keep our voices down. Oh, Corla just got done. Ooh, I kind of forgot about her. She just got done? Okay, I didn't forget about her. But I'm gonna go help Corla too in a minute. Okay, go ahead.